Hi, everyone. Couple seconds, guys. Let's everyone to join. Okay, I see 43 people, so we can start. Okay, guys, so today, this week, we will be continue working with a mobile testing. You will have a project today, brand new, that I found for you guys. So that project will be for both Android and iOS users. And yes, we're still waiting for the mail share because fix is still in progress. They're not able to fix some critical issues, so that's why we're still waiting. But we have already new one. So that's our agenda for today. So today I want to speak with you guys about checklist. So this checklist definitely will be related for upcoming mobile testing project. So that's why I want you guys to kind of follow this checklist, but also the same strategy you can apply to the web testing. So I hope after this session, it will be more clear to you. Some stuff definitely already familiar. You heard already like all these things from me, but we can try to do it together, like in one small list. So that's probably will help you to start testing today. Okay. So yeah, before any testing, we have to be ready. So that's why we have to definitely know our future strategy. So when development phase is complete, we guys must figure out what we are trying to achieve and what kind of constraints we have. So yeah, and a great start point to review all steps which will be involved in our future application test strategy. So yeah, that's why it's nice to have a checklist. So how this checklist will look like, that's probably will be your wiki page in Confluence. So you can create this wiki page and follow this strategy. Or if you don't have a Confluence or any other test management tool, you just can use any Google documents or Notepad, anything you like. But checklist, that's supposed to be written document. So yeah, first step in your checklist, it will be cross-platform testing. So sometimes extra fixes required if your app interacting with other applications or features. So that's why we need to test it across platform. So gathering and understanding project requirements, business objective. Yeah, if your application is written on various languages platforms, that's the same. And user needs is essential to create an appropriate cross-platform testing strategy. So that's the first. You're supposed to figure out where you're going to test. So really important. Step number 2, feature functionality. Also super important. So yeah, mobile applications usually interact with numbers of features. So features both built into device and built into the application. So for example, like camera built into your device phone, but also the camera feature might be built into the application. So you're supposed to figure out the like all function, like switching your application camera to the native camera or opposite, the same with the audio. So that's kind of an example. So, and you're supposed to test this interaction, and definitely you're supposed to note it and truly test it. Yeah, if necessary or not necessary and not advisable to run functional tests across a lot of mobile devices. Exactly like guys, I'm talking right now about the feature functionality. So for example, that's new feature. Yeah, we have to definitely test across all devices, but first you can test in one device, like main functionality, like two device, not one, two devices, one Android device and one iOS device. So once you test it and you already sure that your feature is testable and stable, you can continue with lower platforms, like for example, not only test on Android 10, you can lower to Android 9. But first, feature functionality, test on latest and greatest, one Android and one iOS, not like whole compatibility testing, like one at a time. Step number 3, type of application. You already guys know there is a 3 main types of mobile application: native, mobile, and hybrid. So let's repeat about it a little bit. So mobile web. Mobile web, that means a website opened into device through the web browser. That's mobile web. Native. Native, that's the application is developed specifically for individual platforms. Something like, for example, native Android application, native iOS application, or something which is already built specifically into the device, which is definitely the same application is developed specifically for the platforms. And hybrid, that's the mix between native and mobile applications. So before you will create effective test strategy, you must understand everything about the 3 application types, and you're supposed to definitely be clear about the type of your application. So easiest way to find out, ask your product manager, and definitely speak with the developers and make sure just confirm this information that, for example, your application is hybrid or your application is just native. That will help you figure out your future testing strategy. So types of application you're definitely supposed to figure out. Next one. That's like, as you know, guys, the same for web and for mobile application. We have a front end and back end. So let's speak about the front end testing for the application. So front end testing checks anything that is visible on the client side. And as you already know, that's called graphic user interface, or GUI. So yeah, testers need a solid grasp of business goals to perform this type of testing. What does it mean? You're supposed to be really clear how your application should look like, how your application should functional, like all main features, functionality. So that's definitely related to the GUI, like each and every, you're supposed to know how each and every button is supposed to looks like, main gradient on the website, your application background, and everything else. So how you're supposed to check this one? You're supposed to have an access to the design of their application. That will help you. So what also included into the front-end testing? Regression tests, that's the front-end testing, performance check, the same front-end testing, and changes or update to the application files. And you guys already know that's the IPA or APK files that might break front-end functionality. So step number 4, already more technical, but you're supposed to guys realize it, that's really important. Step number 5, backend testing, obviously, yeah? So in this case, it's actually really simple. Once you guys will have a SQL lesson with Tanya, she will show you how to work with the SQL. So that will be the same testing for the web applications and mobile application. I'm talking about web desktop application. So backend testing or database testing, when you have to check server side of your mobile application, anything that entered or stored into the front end and tested into the backend. What does it mean? User profile, payment method, anything what is stored on your database. So when you're doing database testing, it doesn't matter it's mobile application or it's a web application. Database will be the same. So that's kind of, if you know the SQL, you will be able to test anything, mobile application, or I'm talking about the backend side. So this is also where you check the security and performance of your mobile application on the backend testing. But mobile testers we will check performance using some performance tool. Usually those two, like a company builds specific performance tool, or maybe JMeter. If it's possible to connect your mobile application to JMeter tool, you can use this tool for check your performance. Also, Tanya will teach you how to use JMeter. So that's related to the backend testing. Step number 6, multiple network compatibility. Again, we spoke already about this one, but let's remind me and yourself. So yeah, all devices, they have different platforms, and definitely they interacting with your application differently. So it's not really possible to perform all tested in all possible devices. So mobile compatibility testing really requireable in this time. So what should you test when you test it under multiple network compatibility? So you're supposed to test install and uninstall your application. That's easy, yeah? You can, like in a test flight, you will be just downloading your application from the test flight from, for example, if you will be testing Android application, you're supposed to download from Hotkey app or any other repository. So that's the same uninstall option. There is an application, so you have to be sure that user can easily uninstall their application. So it will be easy functionality should be tested on multiple network compatibility, data exchange, user interface, and yeah, be sure to test different versions of the same major hardware platforms, iOS and Android, under different network compatibility. So that's step number 6. Step number 7, storage. So yeah, today's mobile devices don't have enough storage, like I mean basic devices, you know guys, yeah, if you want like a lot of memory on your iPhone, you're supposed to buy it. Same for Android phones. So some of them, like for example, like a Google Pixel has a lot of memory. Like some of, I know, like Motorola phones, they have less memory. So yeah, but it's still not really enough for the like games, huge games like music streaming services and photos repository. So yeah, that will be eating the space of your phone. So make sure you test like on any device how many like bytes, bits your application need to store your data. So yeah, that's also should be discussed with your developers, as they have to explain to you how much memory application will need. So that's kind of also technical test. So yeah, from how much data your application is, it might affect monthly data plans. Keep this limitation in mind during your mobile application testing. So yeah, make sure you know how huge your application, or maybe your application is just small and you're not supposed to even like think about this one. But if it's like something like huge, you have to definitely think about this one. So next one, data to and from. We all know that load time, that's the major source frustration. So your mobile app is no different. So, and you know, guys, that's the fact that 58% of users uninstall or just even stop using an application if it's slow. And guys, who remembers what is acceptable time for the application loading? You can just type it in the channel. Okay, so between 5 and 8. Yeah, between 5 and 8. Nice to have 5, but under LTE network, 10 is also acceptable. Cool, guys. I'm so happy that you remember this one. So yeah, so you should create test cases that actually represent network conditions, so specific devices and geolocation, in order to accurately represent real users. And today I will show you, for example, how to test your application in different countries. I will show you one tool on the phone, and I can actually show you on desktop as well. So Step number 9, application flow. So good design brings together visual elements as well as the content, features, and functionality. So this visual flow will help guide users through your mobile application. So make sure that your design is user-friendly. And once user open your application, any user, first-time user, he's supposed to be happy and really guided how I supposed to interact with this application. So not only test from the technical perspective, test from the normal user against normal user behavior. So remember this one. So testing the flow of your mobile application architecture is necessary in order to find elements of your design that would impede users from completing their desired tasks. So remember, user, that's our most important part in the testing. So you guys supposed to always make sure that user is happy, like really happy with your application. When your user is happy, your stakeholders will be happy and you will be happy as well. So that's like happiness across the world. So that's kind of step number 9. And step number 10, that's the most important step. Guys, always work as a team. That team works make a dream work, you're supposed to already know, yeah? Then stronger your team, then if you have clear communication inside your team, you guys already the winners. Because if you're not shy to speak with your devs or project manager, if you have like normal healthy relationship inside of your team, your application will be definitely successful. So yeah, regardless where you're in the testing or in planning phase, definitely communicate with your team. That's normal to ask the question. So this includes all roles through the test plans as well as your expectation. So make sure that you're aware of the main functionality of your application. You know all people who you're supposed to ask about all features. So you have all documentation that you need. Yes, you will have this presentation. You want it right now? Okay. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I didn't post it. So that's your main task. Okay. And so let's finish with the theory for today. So you will have it. And guys, there is a project. So maybe some of you already heard about this one. So Wire, that's open source encrypted communication tool. So kind of that's the messenger. Yeah, and that was created by corporation Wire Swiss, and it's available for iOS, Android, Windows, macOS, and Linux. So it's not only mobile, it's web-based application as well. So yeah, we will be testing the feature of the messenger. So for the personal usage, as you see, there is a last line. So Wire Professional, which probably, definitely, it's not probably, it's paid version, but we will use Wire Personal. Okay, guys, so how you can download this one? So you can go here, Wire download. I will post it probably. 1 second, give me. 1 second. 1 second, guys. So open this link and I will post it in general as well on your phone. So based on what your phone are, Android or iOS, you will see download for Android or download for iOS, and you can start download it. So if you have right now any question with download, let me know. As for now, just download it. I want to make sure you all able to download. It is an application. But once you will hit, okay, once you will hit this link, yeah, download it. Cool, guys, yeah. 1 second, I will pause this presentation. Who else, guys? Okay. On the phone, we're talking about the mobile testing. On the phone. That's fine. Yes, we will use personal. Wire personal. That's secure messaging application for personal use. Okay. So you all have like this icon, like wire W, yeah, on your phones. So you can create your profile. And once you created your profile, you will have a screen kind of looks like this. And this screen will show you start a conversation or create a group. So guys, what you guys are going to do, you please try to test this application inside of your team. So create a group with your team and test it. Like, I mean, test like some feature of the conversations here. So that's what will be your homework. So I see you have no problem with downloading. Yeah. And guys, that's both users, Android and iPhone users. Just let me know. I want to make sure that it's easy to download for both of you, Android and... Okay, cool. Android is okay. If you see like any pop-up, like allow, you can easily allow, that's the safe application. Just be sure, guys, I tested. So, okay, cool. Okay, so let me show you a little bit information about the wire. So, okay, cool. So let's stop presentation for a second. And I will show you a cool feature about this documentation. So you will have a documentation about this project as well. So it's not just you will download and will test from the user perspective. So that's the website. Yeah. So here, guys, you can go and check everything about their application. You see, there is a lot of documents. So what we are interested in, use cases. So before you will start testing, please go to these use cases and read about their application. So you see, Wire explaining to us for which our needs we can use it. So product, team, sales, human resources. Yeah, so this one. That's like from the user's perspective. So also we can like check, we can with normal users, we can use this application just like a secure messenger, like Telegram, Viber, anything we want. So you can also like check all other professionals features of their application. You can check how it works. You see there is a cool video about their application, so definitely definitely go and explore this one. So that's why you will have a more clear information about your application. So there is technology source code, which is pretty cool. Not really for us because we're not going to test, but guys, for those who had options to install Xcode, you all remember that you can go clone and download their repository and install this application on Xcode as well. You see, that's why that's open source application. You can go and install it, the source code, and try to build this application if you will have a desire and time. That's not a task. Yeah, that's the same for the Mac. You can try to install it for their your desktop, but lessons related to the mobile. So I want you guys to test from the mobile perspective. So there is a blog. You can also read some additional information. So there is a lot. And also you see in the footer a lot of, like, about the messaging. You can go and check. You can also start a free trial. You just have to register yourself to have some pro options here, but also you can read here about the free version as well. So that's your application that you have to test. Okay, guys, so I hope you're already excited, yeah? Okay, if application crash when you try to invite people, you're supposed to create a bug report. So guys, all bug reports related to the application, please create under bug reports sprint, but make sure you created a label and call the label as a wire, okay? So make sure you create in the label like this, like wire. You see application is stuck in the registration step already, but I have no idea which application you're using, because I was able to register it without any problems. So sorry, I don't know. That's, yes, to add people, you need to have their numbers, or there is an option to join by the link, I think. But that's why, guys, I told you, you have to work inside your team, because you already like close people. Yeah, you have, like, you communicate, your communication is already like a small family. So that's why we're not testing like as an entire team, we're testing by teams. So yes, some features definitely I want you guys to test just from the user perspective, and you will let me know what do you think about this one. So should be a little some parts I think will be tricky, but I'm sure you will be able to handle it. So process is going, yeah. Okay, guys, so most of you already did it. So okay, guys, right now you will have 10 minutes. You have to just 10. So test application like quickly, and tell me what's wrong with the application. Like, don't create the bug report, just list, or in general channel, or here in the chat. So guys, you have a 10 minutes, go. If any other questions, let me know. I'm setting up the timer. You remember, yeah? We're practicing for the interview. We're trying to update our like time for the testing. Like, you will have, during the interview, you will have between 10 and 20 minutes. So we're working on our speed test. You probably click it somewhere on allow to probably took your picture, but that's nice. No red notification. No, please. So validation error message supposed to be prompted immediately after you entered incorrect phone number. So that means wrong validation. So, like a credit card number, for example, credit card field allows only like how many digits? 14 digits, yeah, 16. So it's not supposed to be more than 16 digits. So the same with the phone. If your application, for example, international, so that's probably might be like more numbers. But if your application US only, it's supposed to be definitely validated by US format. Okay. Maybe they're not active because we are using the personal one. Okay, guys, so you found the main issue. That I'm happy. Okay, cool. You have still 5 minutes. Also, each person, please try to count how many issues you found, like for yourself. Like, for example, I see like 5 issues, 6 issues, and like try to also like write down somewhere it like so later if your interviewer will be asking you. For example, I will ask somewhere of you right now, you're supposed to describe me quickly like your list of your issues that were found. Try all, like not today, but guys, try to find out the different way how to connect with a user without link. There is a one way exist. Mm-hmm. Yes, through the phone address book, or for example, I invited my husband using Viber. Yeah, guys, application, it's not bad application. It's still in development. So that's why we will test it. So yeah, and that's the issue probably when there is no option to add a person. Um, Make sure your phone not in a quiet mode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if user is on your address book or somewhere in different application, you will able to add user. No GIF. You see, guys, it's a lot of issues. I'm happy that you see a lot of issues. That means I did a good job. So you can call to the empty group. Not really makes sense to me. Okay. Okay, guys, you see, that's why we all will be employed. You should use one email. Yeah, probably there is options, use email or phone, but it's weird. It's supposed to be still the same name. You deleted your account and logged it using email. You probably have to delete whole application. It's calling even I just use app commerce. You see, Alex, and we just spoke about this one during the class. That's issue. Okay, guys, so stop testing and create the list of issues that you found, like count. And who wants to quickly show or like speak with me about the issues that were found? Raise your hand if you want. Okay, Anna. Yeah, who raised the hand? No one. Okay, Yelena, okay. Okay, so Yelena, you're allowed to talk right now. So I will be your future hire manager right now, which is possible. So let's pretend I gave you an application, which is like badly broken, like this one. It's not really bad, but there is a lot of issues, yeah? So, and I gave you like the 10 minutes to test, and you have to right now briefly describe me what was found and why do you think it's an issue? Like short and clear explanation, okay? Okay, start.
Okay, so after I registered, I tried to invite people. So I just used the button, invite people. I started with creating link, so application crashed. And then I tried another option to allow guests and services, and then it crashed again. So for me as user, when I see the application, I see only two options to invite people. I probably wouldn't use the application because I don't have any idea how to invite them.
Okay, so, and for example, you have to create the bug report, obviously, for this issue. So, and priority will be?
High priority.
No, priority will be blocker. High, so there is a high, there is a critical or blocker. So,
okay.
Like a blocker, yeah. No, that's just I'm advising you for future.
Yeah, I didn't know that blocker is
that's yeah, guys, we don't have the settings, but sometimes company using critical and blocker. So in this case, that's the totally blocker. So yeah, so you see, okay, keep going. Sorry to interrupt you, but just want to give you an advice.
Okay, thank you. Then I try to invite people. I ask a team member. I try to invite her using her name in this application. And So I found her by name. I sent her the invitation. I received a push notification that invitation was succeeded. Invitation succeeded. Then I tried to open the app and it crashed.
Oh, cool.
To be able to restore it, I had to reboot it. And then it started working. And then the same thing happened when I received notification from other people. It happened again, the same thing.
Cool.
So I think this is a high priority too.
Yeah.
And then another thing is not a big deal. Just in settings, I tried dark mode, and it's almost not different from the regular one. It's just maybe a little darker, but the regular mode is dark as well. So I think this is a low priority, not critical, but it just looks weird for a user.
So related to the dark theme, there is also supposed, if you want to see the dark, like my screen is totally dark because my main Android theme is dark. So if you on your phone, it's not a really dark like theme. So maybe you're using just a normal application, might be not really dark. So your phone theme supposed to be dark theme as well.
It's actually opposite. So I don't have the dark theme on my phone right now. So the regular theme in this application is already dark. So when I press the dark mode, it just almost doesn't change. It's like it was dark and it's still dark.
Yeah, so okay, cool. No, it's acceptable, definitely. From UI perspective, it's supposed to look like this. For example, you know, guys, like Slack on my phone. No, I'm not sure if it's, yeah, on my phone, like Slack is totally like everything is dark. And I'm actually not really happy about this one because Slack just like dark. Like, and there is no option. If I want to use the dark theme on my phone, Slack will be just so dark. And but it is what it is.
I have one more bug.
Cool, go.
So I also created a group and I have 2 people in my contacts, but when I open the group, there is no way to add people who are already in the list. So I only have the button invite people, which is the same that make the application crash. It has only 2 options, create link and allow guest and services, and both of them make it crash.
Okay, cool.
So there's no way to invite people in the group.
Cool. So what can I tell you? You found most critical, which is like good, and you focused on most critical. So, and for future guys, my advice for everyone, like you tested yet during your interview, like some applications. So, and you see there is like 2 critical issues, for example, and like 5 UI, like you see that's the low priority. You already know, yeah, how to definitely where is the low priority, where is like huge issue. So always start from the blockers, okay? Never start from the like slower. So make sure you realizing what's supposed to be reported first, okay? So that's the main idea. So cool, Yelena, thank you so much. I really like how you describe it to me. So really, definitely, really like your explanation. Okay, Nurjan also wants to speak up. Okay, thank you, Yelena. Okay, Nurjan, you're allowed to talk.
Hello.
Hello.
I found a couple bugs.
Okay.
So I downloaded the app, went to the, created the group using only the exclamation mark and question marks. And then, so group created. I went inside and on the upper right screen, you have call button. I expected result is not to calling because it's no any numbers there. It's just a regular character. And then when I called, it's calling. Trying to call. And inside this bug, I have found another one. When you push the mute button, it doesn't work at all. Speaker works, video works, but the mute button doesn't work.
Okay.
I used the iPhone 7. Version is 12.1.
Why you still 12.1? You cannot upgrade to the 13?
No, I don't wanna, because it's iPhone 7. Probably it's gonna work.
But what can I tell you? On your iPhone 7, you probably will find more UI issues than people who like or on iOS 13, which is good. Will be real compatibility testing.
Yep. So trying to keep balance, maybe find the more bug.
Yeah. Okay, guys, keep going. Cool. So yeah, guys, and please, when I ask you to speak, like, say, guys, I'm so happy that you like proper speaking today, but try to, you know, like, I know it's like sometimes really hard, like everyone is listening to me. That's fine. So you will be definitely speak a lot during the interview with the recruiters. Even you have like, you know, like some weird like feeling, I don't know how to do it. That's fine. That's why we're here for practice. But cool, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, fun application. Guys, that's my job to keep you fun here. Okay, so that's why I found this one. It's really for testing. That's the coolest application. Yeah, you will have fun a lot. Okay, guys. So that's related to the applications. So let's speak about the homework. So test the application inside your team. Yeah. So like definitely just test this application as hard as you can. Okay. So everything what you found, create on this one bug report sprint, but make sure you create a label. You can, for example, create a label like 2 labels. For example, one will be wire, which is application label. And for example, second label will be your team label. That's how you can track the bug reports from your team. Guys, that's fine if you found the not unique bug reports, because we're not testing as an entire team, we're testing inside of the group, small groups, but make sure your bug reports unique inside of your group. So discuss it in a group. So if someone from your team already logged this issue, please don't create second one. But if it's person not from your team, that's fine. But don't cheating, okay? No cheating, guys. You're already all adults, so you're supposed to know it's not really good. So don't steal bugs from each other. For example, your teammate tested on iOS and you tested on Android. So, and some of you already created this bug report. Just you can update this issue, like for example, updating environment that's also reproducible on Android, and add your device and your operation system. So that's just kind of update this one, but don't create separate bug reports for different OS. So just upgrade the environment. So that's kind of your homework. So on Thursday, I will give you one more homework related to this application, but for now, focus on testing, on Wednesday. For now, focus on this one. And that's it related to the mobile application, guys. And right now I want to speak with you about the mentoring session. So, because I see there is some confusion. So, guys, so there is a like mentorship session, yeah? You already, so everyone saw the picture, yeah? Pictures like here, this box, sorry guys. Let me. So there is our mentors. Yeah, you're supposed to know what you're supposed to Slack to the Nastya, and before you book in your session, and there is a list of the mentors. So, and let me tell you what else I will probably post the written instruction as well. Yes, you need to report the bug into the Jira, definitely. How we will test, how we will check your bug report. And Saturday, you guys will have a bug triage meeting. There is also supposed to be something to triage. So that's why you have to report. So related to the mentorship session. So guys, so before, for example, let's start it from the persons who didn't schedule anything, like no mentorship session. So what you're supposed to do first before, like definitely you have to contact the Nastya, but as also you have to create your resume first. So create your resume based on our example. that was provided to you and your resume bullets and lesson about how to create the resume. So even you see it's weak, not full, not completed. My screen is frozen. Even if it's not completed, that's fine. That's the mentor Lincoln. Guys, which one mentor? Maybe just log out and log into the Jira again. So yeah, let's speak about what you're supposed to do. So what you're supposed to do, even if you see your resume is not really good, still schedule your mentorship session. So your resume you're supposed to show to the mentor. So he will check your resume and he will give you advices, or she, and like your mentor will make some corrections. So he will give you advices. So after the mentorship sessions, you're supposed to make all corrections into your resume which were proposed to you by your mentor. Definitely. That's also the part of your job. So what you're supposed to do next? You're supposed to schedule the session number 2. So, and this will be like of mock interview. So, but you're supposed to be ready. We will have a class definitely related to the job interview, but you're supposed to be ready. So make sure that you're realizing what kind of question mentor will ask you, like he will be asking you like as a real interviewer. So make sure you're ready. After this second session, you're supposed to work hard on everything what mentor will tell you, like you're not doing well. So he will tell you, or she will tell you what's wrong with your answers, what you're supposed to work on. So that's fine, guys. Everyone has a room to grow, so work on this one. So yeah, once you're done all 2 sessions, you're supposed to go to the market immediately right now. It means your resume ready and you had one mock interview session. So go to the market after the second session, third session with the mentorship. Once you will get a first face-to-face interview first, you're supposed to schedule a session number 3 with the mentors. So, and this session will be about real interview preparation. So what you're supposed to do before this mentor session, like with your mentor, you're supposed to go to the website of this company or application, like find out the mobile application and test it. You're supposed to find all bug reports like possible. Read about the company, read about the product, read about the owners, any information that will help to you to win the interview. So everything, all possible preparation that you could do, please do this one. If you're working, for example, with the recruiters related to the preparation to this interview, ask from recruiter all study notes. They will provide maybe some questions. So read a review about the company. You know, there is no Glassdoor, there is a option you can review from the interviews. So please do this one as well. Yeah, ask about the person who will be interviewing you. Usually companies send in emails with a list of the people who will be interviewing you. Usually that's for example, hiring manager, someone from the team, someone from the product. It could be different persons, but you're supposed to know who will be interviewing you. Okay, so that's kind of how it's supposed to work. Yeah, also you mentor will help you to check what you found, bug reports. He will check with you profiles of the people who will be interviewing you, and Glassdoor related to some reviews. So the same question you can ask the mentor and he will help you. So yeah, also mentor will help you to check the job description. So make sure you will bring to the mentor all this information about the company, position, everything that you was able to found before this session number 3 with your mentor. The more you bring, the more he will help you. So information is everything. So make sure, okay? So question related, will we be able to use a mentor after the course? Guys, you have 3 sessions. So I'm not really care how you will be using those sessions, before course, during, or after. That's your right, and you have to use it. So, but I just right now describe it to you how you're supposed to use it. If you will do this way, that's more chances that you will find the job like faster. What to do if your mentor don't answer you on time? Contact Anastasia. You mean I'm waiting answer for my question the second day? That was from your mentorship session. Okay, so guys, 2 days, I don't think that's a really big deal, but sometimes it happens with all humans. But if you have something like uncomfortable situation with your mentors, you can contact Anastasia. She is working with the mentors directly, so she will be able to help you, okay? So 3rd session after the face-to-face is scheduled before the interview. Yeah, before the real face-to-face interview, not after. So you have your interview scheduled. For example, it's like after 2 days or after 1 week. Like, so yeah, please try to schedule your face-to-face interview to have a time to schedule preparation session with your mentor. So before this face-to-face interview, before your first face-to-face interview, should be your 3rd session. Time limit for the mentorship session, it's 3. You have it 3 sessions. Time limit, you mean like 1 hour? Around 1 hour, I think. Like, it's not supposed to take more than 1 hour. Yeah. Guys, if any questions right now you have related to the mentorship session, you can ask me. 30 minutes, maybe, guys. Sorry for confusing you, but I thought it's 1 hour. But Nastya, she is working with a mentor, so if she told you guys it's 30 minutes, she is right. Okay, sorry guys. So that means 30 minutes. Sorry for confusion. 1 second, I will unmute you. Okay, you're allowed to talk right now. You can ask me.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello. So, yeah, I want to tell you.
Can you speak a little bit loud?
Yeah. I want to tell you something about this mentorship session. So, one of the students had already a phone interview during which she was asked the question, who is your manager in CodePloy? So that's the question we all are supposed to be ready for. But this is very specific
that's
question.
so weird questions because guys, related to the manager, so okay, normally normal people never ask you about the name of your manager. That's kind of illegal. So for example, I cannot share with you, like with any person, like even the name of my teammate.
As far as I understand,
I even cannot imagine like how the people from hiring manager or HR from the company will ask me, what is your manager's name? Like my reaction will be what?
No, the interviewing person, as the student states, he or she told her that I know some people there. Maybe I know your manager. Who is he? Like that. But it's very confusing. You are completely right. You are not supposed to ask that question.
Yes.
But if you know someone in the company, it was like a friendly question, not a judgmental question. Just But we are supposed to
How
know.
you will know if it's like, I'm sorry, not, I don't have even the normal word for this one. So you're supposed to make sure that's the friendly question or not some, you know, like bullshit checking question.
Yeah,
So
of course. Yeah, yeah. But we
how I
have
would
to be
answer this
careful.
question, I'm sorry, I have NDA agreement, so I'm not able to share
Okay,
any
thank
information
you.
about my company and my team members. And if they will tell you why, and you can like ask opposite. Can you imagine I will share information about your company with other people? Will you like it?
That's a very good question. That's a very good answer. Yeah.
No, guys, even if, for example, with some other company, I never had an NDA, like with some, I definitely have. But never, I will never ever share any information related to my teammates or anything else related like secretly to my project, or only like kind of really like optional, like really optional something like about my company, but not definitely not the names. What about the reference person? Guys, you will have the like reference person. That will be your like person from the code deploy, real manager of the project. You will have it. You already saw the picture, the page about the company that's in Confluence. There is there is all information there. But this person, if they will ask you who will give you the reference, you have to say, I will give you all the reference after the offer. That's normal. There is not too much there. There is more than enough that you're supposed to know. Like, let me give you an example. For example, in my company, there is thousands of people. So, and let's pretend I know 100, but there is like more, like plus 900 people. I don't have any information about those people, what they doing, or any other additional information, because I am working in a like a small circle, for example. So personally, me, I would never ask any person, tell me your manager name or anything else, or your reference. First, that's not part of my job. If I'm hiring manager, my interest with you only in your skills. I just want to make sure that you will be able to handle the job. That's it. And I like you. And I will be able to work with you each and every day. And that's it. That's all my questions that I will ask from hiring manager perspective. Everything else like references, offer, and all these organizational questions usually done by HR on the stage of the like offer signing. That's it. Wednesday, I will be your teacher. Saturday, it will be Tanya. Okay, guys, so we're already out of the time. So please focus on the testing. Try to find as much interesting bug reports as you can. If they ask for the reference before the offer, if it's like big, huge company and you definitely sure that's the not a recruiters, you can give a reference. Only if you're sure, if it's not like something like weird, like you're definitely sure that's the normal company, like, and you like spoke, for example, with the hiring manager, at least by the phone, because sometimes just recruiters asking you for the reference to increase the database. So usually, as I mentioned again, guys, normal people ask for the reference after the offer only. That's the stage of signing where you're supposed to sign all paper. So let's hope that you all will communicate with the normal people, okay? But if no, yeah, that's guys, if you have some like really tricky situation, you can always ask me, like I mean, related to the job search, or Tanya or Evgeny. We all like really professional in interviews and everything, all these questions. So don't hesitate to ask us. Like if you have some tricky situation related to how to get an offer and how to work on it. So, but we still will have a lot of classes related to the job search, job interview, what you're supposed to do. Like we have like exactly the sessions which will call I got offer, what I supposed to do next. So don't worry. So focus on clear resume preparation. And guys, right now there is a good moment to start scheduling your mentorship session and go to the market. You already know how to create test cases. You already know how to create bug reports. You already know some basics. And you right now know more than I knew when I got my first job. So believe me, there will be no good moment, like you will be never too ready to go to the market. So this moment, it's right now. So create your resume, schedule your mentorship session and go to the market, okay? So that's you're supposed to do without any situation. Just go to the market. Okay, guys, see you all Wednesday. Bye.